In every marketplace, whether bustling with competition or still emerging, there is a clear difference between those who run a business and those who simply do business. Many entrepreneurs start with passion, hunger, and inspiration, but very few transition into that category where their business becomes structured, predictable, and consistently profitable. Most remain trapped in a cycle of survival, hustling from one opportunity to the next, patching gaps, and fighting fires without ever building a machine that works without chaos. This book is about crossing that line. When Business Becomes Business is not just another motivational guide for entrepreneurs. It is a manual for transformation, turning fragile reactive operations into powerful, well-oiled enterprises capable of competing, expanding, and dominating. It reveals the hidden loose ends that quietly drain progress: unstructured operations, unclear value propositions, weak financial controls, inconsistent customer experiences, and a lack of systems that sustain growth. These loose ends are the silent killers of great ideas, and every business, no matter the stage, has them. But here is the truth many refuse to acknowledge. A business does not grow because the owner works hard. A business grows because it is designed to grow. Hard work can start a business, but only structure can sustain it. Passion can open the door, but only strategy can keep it open. Talent can attract opportunities, but only systems can convert those opportunities into long-term success. When you understand this shift, you stop being a hustler who reacts to the market, and you evolve into a business architect who shapes the market. This audiobook will walk you through the full coastline: mindset, structure, operations, marketing, sales, leadership, finance, and long-term growth. It is designed to help you tighten every loose end that keeps your business from reaching its full potential. You will learn how to build systems that run the business, teams that execute reliably, financial structures that guide decision-making, and strategies that place your business ahead of competitors. Most people confuse activity for progress. They believe that because they are busy, things are moving. But real business success is not measured by motion. It is measured by direction. It is measured by clarity, control, predictability, and performance. True business success begins when everything in your business has a purpose, a structure, a metric, and a predictable outcome. This audiobook is both a mirror and a map. A mirror, so you can see the truth about where your business stands today. A map, so you can redesign, rebuild, and realign your business for the level of success you desire. It doesn't matter whether you are just starting out, struggling to grow, or managing an already successful organization. There is always a higher level of mastery, and that mastery begins with tightening your loose ends. When business becomes business, tightening every loose ends in business development and success strategies. Written and published by the Zillion Pro. Chapter 1: The Business Owner's Mindset, Thinking Like a Real CEO. Every business rises or falls on the psychology of its leader. Before strategy, before marketing, before systems, and even before the right team, there is mindset. Your business cannot grow beyond your level of thinking. To elevate your business, you must first elevate the person who runs it. This chapter is designed to help you transition from hustler to entrepreneur and ultimately to CEO. The paradigm shift from hustling to leading. Most entrepreneurs begin their journey driven by survival and passion. They hustle, they push, they fight hard to get customers, close deals, and keep the business alive. This hustle phase is necessary but dangerous if it becomes permanent. A hustler works in the business. A CEO works on the business. The hustler's question is, what must I do today to survive? The CEO's question is, what must I build today to multiply tomorrow? The hustler seeks quick wins. The CEO creates systems that produce long-term wins. The hustler thinks of tasks. The CEO thinks of structure, growth, and sustainability. When you shift from being a hustler to becoming a CEO, you stop chasing money and start building a machine that generates money. This shift is foundational. Without it, business growth will always be limited by how much you can personally carry. Seeing the bigger picture, the visionary's lens. Successful CEOs don't just see the business as it is, they see it as it can become. Vision is the blueprint of your destination. It gives direction to decisions, structure to strategy, and meaning to daily activities. But vision is not fantasy. True vision is a combination of imagination plus planning plus execution. To think like a CEO, you must see opportunities before others notice them, predict challenges before they arise, identify patterns in the market, analyze competition without fear, set long-term goals that guide short-term activities. A CEO is the chief translator of vision into action. 3. The discipline of decision-making. CEOs are paid to make decisions, consistent, intelligent, and strategic decisions. Your decision-making ability determines the trajectory of your business. Poor decisions create broken systems. Late decisions create missed opportunities. Fearful decisions create stagnant companies. A CEO must decide based on data, not emotions. Make decisions aligned with the company's long-term goals. Avoid impulsive choices driven by panic or excitement. Evaluate risks and choose strategically. Know when to say yes and when to say no. Your business is a reflection of the decisions you make daily. Strengthen the decision maker and you strengthen the business. Emotional intelligence, the CEO's invisible advantage. Business is not just logic and numbers, it is psychology. Customers, employees, partners, competitors, and even suppliers all operate through emotions. A great CEO understands this. Emotional intelligence, EQ, gives you 4 essential powers. 1. Self-awareness. Knowing your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and tendencies. 2. Self-regulation. Controlling impulses, managing stress, and staying calm under pressure. 3. Empathy. Understanding people's motivations and using that understanding to influence positively. 4. Relationship management. Leading, inspiring, negotiating, and resolving conflicts effectively. Businesses collapse not only because of poor strategy, but often because of poor emotional management. A CEO must keep their composure when the business is shaking externally. 5. The CEO as a builder, not a worker. If you are still doing everything yourself, marketing, selling, operations, customer service, accounting, your business cannot grow. Growth requires structure, and structure requires delegation. Many entrepreneurs fear delegation because they do not trust people. But the truth is this: delegation is not about trusting people. It is about building systems people can trust. A CEO is a builder. They build teams, not tasks. They build systems, not stress. They build infrastructure, not improvisation. They build leaders, not followers. Your job is not to do the work. Your job is to build the system that does the work. The power of strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is the difference between reacting to the market and shaping the market. CEOs think in terms of patterns, leverage, and positioning. Strategic thinking means asking questions like, where is the industry going? How will customer preferences change in the next 5 years? What can we do today that competitors won't be able to copy? Where should we place our resources for maximum impact? What is the smartest next move? When you think strategically, you stop making random moves and start making moves that compound. Accountability, owning everything. One of the marks of a mature CEO is accountability. No excuses. No blaming employees, competitors, or the economy. If the business is failing, it is your responsibility. If the business is succeeding, it is your responsibility. Accountability liberates you from victim thinking. It empowers you to fix whatever must be fixed. It positions you to lead confidently. When you own everything, you can change anything. Becoming the future CEO your business needs. Your business will always be limited by your knowledge, your habits, your capacity, and your leadership. To grow your business, you must grow yourself. This means continuous learning, studying your industry, understanding business models, growing your leadership, increasing your strategic capacity, upgrading your mindset. As your thinking expands, your business expands. As your leadership strengthens, your systems strengthen. As you evolve, the business evolves. Closing thought. Your business will become a real business the moment you begin to think like a real CEO. Not a hustler, not a busy owner, not a survival-driven entrepreneur, but a leader who builds systems, makes strategic decisions, and shapes the future intentionally. You are not just running a business. You are building an institution. Chapter 2. The Blueprint, Clarity of Business Purpose, Offer, and Market. Every successful business begins long before the doors open or the first customer arrives. It begins with clarity. Clarity is the foundation on which powerful brands are built, profitable products are designed, and long-term market advantage is created. When clarity is missing, the business becomes directionless. When clarity is present, the business becomes unstoppable. In this chapter, you will learn the 3 pillars that form the strategic blueprint of every thriving business. Business purpose, business offer, business market. These 3 determine what your business stands for, what it sells, and who it is selling to. Without this blueprint, strategy fails, marketing fails, operations fail, and growth becomes impossible. Understanding your business purpose, why you exist in the marketplace. Every business exists for a reason, but many entrepreneurs have never defined that reason. Purpose is not a slogan. It is not a motivational statement pinned on your wall. Purpose is the driving engine behind your business decisions, priorities, and long-term direction. What is business purpose? It is the deeper reason your company exists beyond profit. A strong purpose attracts the right customers, inspires the right employees, guides decision-making, differentiates your brand, creates emotional connection. Purpose answers one question: what problem do we exist to solve? If you cannot clearly state the problem, your business will continue to struggle to find relevance. Examples: a logistics company does not exist to move packages. It exists to eliminate delay. A restaurant does not exist to serve food. It exists to provide comfort and experience. A solar company does not exist to sell panels. It exists to create energy independence. A consultancy does not exist to advise. It exists to unlock transformation. Purpose elevates your business from a commodity provider to a necessity. Purpose creates direction. When your purpose is clear, your branding becomes consistent. Your product decisions become aligned. Your marketing becomes targeted. Your operations become focused. Your team becomes inspired. Purpose is the electricity that powers the entire organization. Clarifying your business offer. What exactly are you selling? Many entrepreneurs struggle because they cannot clearly define what they sell. They assume they are selling a product or a service, but the truth is deeper. Customers do not buy products, they buy outcomes. They buy value. They buy results. Your offer is not your product. A phone is not an offer. A coaching program is not an offer. A pair of shoes is not an offer. A delivery service is not an offer. These are products. Your offer is the transformation the customer gets. A phone is a product. Communication, status, and convenience are the offers. A coaching program is a product. Confidence, clarity, and success are the offers. A shoe is a product. Comfort, mobility, and style are the offers. A delivery service is a product. Speed, safety, and reliability are the offers. A clear business offer answers three key questions. 1. What outcome do we deliver? 2. How do we deliver it? 3. Why is our offer better than alternatives? When you can answer these questions, your marketing becomes stronger, your sales message becomes persuasive, and your value becomes obvious. Your signature offer. Your signature offer is your crown jewel. The unique combination of solution, process, and value that differentiates you. To create a signature offer, understand your customer's biggest pain points. Create a solution that delivers clear results. Develop a method process that makes your offer unique. Package the offer attractively. Build pricing based on value, not effort. A strong signature offer reduces competition, increases pricing power, and creates brand loyalty. Market clarity. Who exactly are you selling to? If your market is everybody, then your market is actually nobody. Many businesses die because they attempt to sell to too many people and in the process fail to resonate with anyone. Clarity of market means knowing precisely who your business is meant to serve. Market clarity answers these questions. 1. Who is my ideal customer? 2. What are their fears, desires, and goals? 3. Where do they spend their time? 4. What influences their buying decisions? 5. What pains are they desperately seeking to solve? This is your customer avatar, the person your business is built for. Why market clarity matters. You speak the customer's language. You know where to find them. Your marketing spending becomes efficient. Your messaging becomes persuasive. Your pricing becomes justified. Your product development becomes aligned. When you know your market, everything else becomes easier. Types of market segments. To gain crystal clarity, every business must define its ideal segment. 1. Demographic: age, gender, income, education. 2. Geographic: country, city, region. 3. Psychographic: values, beliefs, motivations. 4. Behavioral: buying habits, brand loyalty, purchasing triggers. 5. Needs-based: specific problems they want solved immediately. The clearer your market definition, the stronger your strategy. The power of alignment: purpose plus offer plus market. These three pillars are not separate, they are interconnected. Questions that test alignment. Does your purpose match the problem your market cares about? Does your offer solve that problem better than alternatives? Does your pricing reflect the value you deliver? Does your branding communicate the purpose clearly? Does your marketing speak directly to your ideal customer? When purpose, offer, and market align, business becomes predictable. When they are misaligned, business becomes chaotic. Examples of misalignment. A premium offer marketed to a low-income market. A mass-market product priced like a luxury product. A company claiming innovation but offering generic solutions. A business targeting businesses but speaking like a consumer brand. Alignment creates power. Misalignment creates struggle. Your blueprint becomes your compass. Once your blueprint is clearly defined, it becomes the compass that directs your strategy in every area. Branding: what image do we want the market to see? Marketing: what message will resonate? Sales: how do we communicate our value? Operations: what systems must support our promise? Hearing: what type of people fit our purpose? Financials: where should we invest resources? Clarity eliminates confusion. Clarity reduces mistakes. Clarity speeds up growth. Your blueprint is the DNA of the business, the master design from which everything else flows. Closing thought. Businesses do not fail because they lack effort. They fail because they lack clarity. When your purpose is defined, your offer is powerful, and your market is clear, you no longer chase customers. Instead, customers recognize your relevance, your difference, and your value. A blueprint turns a business idea into a business structure. It turns an entrepreneur into a strategist. It turns random activity into intentional progress. Chapter 3. Competitive Advantage, Positioning Your Business for Domination. Competition is the heartbeat of every marketplace. It shapes industries, influences pricing, directs innovation, and determines who wins and who disappears. But in business, success does not come from merely participating in the competition. It comes from rising above it. The goal is not to be one of the options. The goal is to be the only option that truly matters. Competitive advantage is what makes that possible. In this chapter, you will learn how to position your business not just to survive in the marketplace, but to dominate it, to stand out so clearly that competitors cannot imitate your value, customers cannot ignore you, and the market begins to revolve around your strengths. Understanding competitive advantage, why customers choose you. Competitive advantage is the unique edge that makes your business superior in the eyes of the customer. It is the answer to a single, powerful question. Why should customers choose you instead of your competitors? Many businesses cannot answer this question clearly. They say things like, "We offer good service. We care about customers. We deliver quality." But these are generic promises every business makes. Real competitive advantage must be distinctive, valuable, and difficult to copy. True competitive advantage must 1. Solve a real problem better than others. 2. Be hard for competitors to imitate. 3. Create meaningful value customers recognize. 4. Contribute to long-term business growth. If any of these elements is missing, the advantage is weak. Categories of competitive advantage. Every strong company in the world builds its advantage around one or more of these categories. Understanding them helps you craft your own unique position. 1. Cost advantage. Offering value at a price competitors cannot sustainably match. Examples: Walmart, Southwest Airlines. 2. Differentiation advantage. Offering something unique, superior design, quality, or performance. Examples: Apple, Dyson. 3. Speed advantage. Delivering faster than anyone else in the market. Examples: Amazon Prime, Bolt delivery companies. 4. Experience advantage. Creating an unforgettable customer experience. Examples: Starbucks, Disney. 5. Expertise or authority advantage. Being trusted as a leader in your field. Examples: McKinsey, Harvard. 6. Innovation advantage. Doing things first or doing things differently. Examples: Tesla, Netflix. 7. Brand advantage. People choose you because of who you are, not just what you sell. Examples: Nike, Rolex. Your task as a CEO is to identify which advantage you can build and reinforce it until it becomes your business identity. The blue ocean strategy, creating space where competition doesn't exist. Most businesses fight in crowded, noisy markets, what strategy experts call the red ocean. The red ocean is bloody with competition, price wars, and marketing battles. But the future belongs to blue ocean creators. A blue ocean is a market space where you are the pioneer, the dominant, and the only real choice. Instead of fighting competitors, you make them irrelevant. How do you create a blue ocean? Solve a problem your competitors ignore. Redesign your offer in a way the market has never seen. Simplify what others have complicated. Offer a premium experience in a commodity market. Combine features from different industries to create something new. Blue ocean thinkers do not ask, "How do we compete?" They ask, "How do we become incomparable?" This is how brands like Airbnb, Uber and Canva disrupted entire industries. Positioning, how you want the market to see you. Positioning is not what you say. Positioning is what the market believes about you. It is the mental space your brand occupies in the customer's mind. If you do not define your position, competitors will define it for you. 3 questions that define positioning. 1. What do we want to be known for? 2. Who exactly are we positioning ourselves for? 3. What promise do we consistently deliver? Positioning requires clarity, courage, and consistency. Examples of powerful positioning. Volvo equals safety. Ferrari equals speed. FedEx equals guaranteed delivery. Coca-Cola equals happiness. Google equals search. When your positioning is clear, customers instantly understand your value, and your price becomes justified. Crafting your unique value proposition, UVP. Your UVP is the heart of your competitive advantage. It is the concise statement that explains what you offer, why it matters, why it is better than alternatives. A strong UVP is clear, specific, benefit-driven, unique. Weak UVP. We offer fast and reliable services. Strong UVP. We help small businesses get 50% more customers in 90 days using an automated marketing system they don't need to manage. The second one communicates value, outcome, and difference. A UVP makes buyers trust that they are getting more than a product. They are getting a guaranteed result. The power of unfair advantage. Your unfair advantage is the secret factor that competitors cannot copy. It is what makes you undefeatable. Unfair advantages include proprietary technology, exclusive partnerships, unique processes or methodologies, loyal community or tribe, long-term brand trust, founder expertise, strong storytelling or brand identity, superior talent, economies of scale. These create barriers that make it hard for anyone to imitate your success. For example, Coca-Cola's formula, Google's algorithm, Amazon's logistics network, Tesla's supercharging infrastructure. Your business must identify and cultivate such unfair advantages. Playing to your strengths, the strategy of leverage. Domination is not about doing everything. It is about doing the right things extremely well and leveraging them. Leverage points include your best-selling products, your most responsive target market, your most profitable service, your strongest brand message, your most effective marketing channel. Growth becomes exponential when you leverage what is already working instead of chasing new things every day. Competitor analysis. Study without obsession. Great CEOs study the competition, but they do not obsess over them. You should observe competitors to understand their strengths, their weaknesses, their pricing, their customer complaints, their marketing messages. The goal is not to copy them, but to surpass them. The CEO's competitive analysis questions. What do competitors promise that we can promise better? What do they ignore that we can capitalize on? Where do they create friction that we can eliminate? How can we create value competitors will find difficult to copy? Competitor analysis helps you see where the battlefield is weak and where you can strike powerfully. The final step, own a position, then reinforce it relentlessly. Competitive advantage is not built in a day. It is built through consistency. You must reinforce your chosen advantage until it becomes your identity. This means deliver what you promise. Repeat your brand message again and again. Improve your strengths until they become legendary. Protect your uniqueness. Continuously innovate. Serve your market at a level competitors cannot match. Domination comes when customers associate your name automatically with the value you provide. Closing thought. Competition is not something to fear, it is something to outthink. To dominate your industry, you must stop playing the same game everyone is playing and start designing a game only you can win. When your positioning is clear, your value is unique, and your advantage is unmistakable, you do not chase customers, customers chase you. You do not fear competitors, competitors study you. You do not fight for market share, you create markets. This is the strategy of domination. Chapter 4. The Operational Framework, Creating a Business that Runs Smoothly. A business is only as strong as the systems that support it. Passion, vision, and strategy are powerful, but without structure, they collapse under daily pressure. The truth is this: no business grows beyond the strength of its operations. A great product with weak operations will fail. A brilliant idea with chaotic execution will never scale. A committed founder with no systems will burn out. Now, let's walk you through on how to build an operational framework strong enough to carry your dreams, one that creates order, consistency, reliability, and predictability. This is where a business ceases to be a hustle and becomes an organization. What is an operational framework? Your operational framework is the invisible engine that keeps your business moving, whether you are present or not. It is the collection of processes, workflows, systems, and structures that ensure the business delivers value consistently and efficiently. A strong operational framework answers 4 fundamental questions. 1. How is the work done? 2. Who is responsible for doing it? 3. What tools support the work? 4. How do we measure performance? When these 4 are clear, the business becomes smooth. When one is missing, chaos enters. The CEO's dilemma: working in the business versus working on the business. Most entrepreneurs start by doing everything themselves. They are the marketer, administrator, accountant, salesperson, strategist, HR officer, and operations manager. This is normal in the early stage, but destructive in the growth stage. Working in the business means you do the work. You fix problems. You manage day-to-day operations. You fight fires. Working on the business means you build systems. You design strategy. You hire and train. You scale operations. You create structure. A business that depends entirely on the owner is not a business. It is a job disguised as a company. The operational framework frees the CEO to focus on leadership and growth, not daily survival. The 5 pillars of a smooth-running business. Every successful company, no matter the size or industry, builds its operations around 5 core pillars. 1. Process. Clear steps for every recurring task. 2. People. Right individuals placed in clearly defined roles. 3. Tools and technology. Systems that automate, organize, and support work. 4. Communication and coordination. How information flows across the company. 5. Performance management. Metrics and accountability structures. Together, these create an operational backbone strong enough to support growth. Process, documenting the way you work. A business without documented processes is like a city without road signs. Everyone moves, but chaos reigns. Documenting processes means you define how work must be done. You maintain consistency. You reduce errors. You make training easier. You create replicable systems. Every core business function needs a process. Customer onboarding. Sales workflow. Customer service handling. Inventory management. Order fulfillment. Financial reporting. Marketing campaigns. Hearing and team onboarding. Your processes must be Simple, repeatable, efficient, measurable. The golden rule. If your business must repeat it, you must document it. Process documentation is the first step toward true scalability. People, the right roles, the right responsibilities. A business cannot run smoothly without clarity of roles. Confusion kills productivity. Overlapping responsibilities create conflict. Undefined responsibilities lead to blame and excuses. Define 3 things for every position. 1. Role, what they are here to do. 2. Responsibilities, their daily duties. 3. Results, what outcomes they must produce. People do not rise to unclear expectations. Build a simple organizational structure. CEO, vision, strategy, leadership. Operations lead, systems, workflows, efficiency. Sales, marketing lead, revenue and growth. Finance lead, money management. Admin support, coordination, logistics. Even if you are doing all these roles today, define them. As you grow, you hire into them. Structure prevents stress. Structure prevents confusion. Structure accelerates execution. Tools and technology. Automate, simplify, optimize. Technology is not a luxury. It is an operational necessity. Manual work slows growth. Automation accelerates it. Essential tools every business needs. 1 project management tool, Trello, Asana, ClickUp. 2 CRM system, HubSpot, Zoho, Close. 3 accounting software, QuickBooks, FreshBooks, Sage. 4 communication tools, Slack, WhatsApp, Teams. 5 scheduling tools, Calendly, Google Calendar. 6 workflow automation, Zapier, Make.com. You don't need every tool, but you need the right tools. The rule of technology. If a machine can do it faster, let the machine do it. Technology reduces errors, speeds up work, and improves efficiency. Communication, the lifeline of operations. Poor communication is one of the biggest destroyers of smooth operations. Build a communication framework that defines how the team communicates, when they communicate, who communicates what tools are used, types of communication cadences, daily check-ins, weekly team meetings, monthly performance reviews, quarterly strategic reviews. Clear communication ensures everyone moves in the same direction at the same speed. Performance management, what gets measured gets managed. A business cannot run smoothly if performance is based on guesswork. Every team member must have KPIs, key performance indicators. Sales, revenue targets, conversions. Marketing, leads, pipeline, traffic. Operations, turnaround time, error rate. Finance, cash flow, expenses, profit margin. Support, customer satisfaction, response time. Metrics create accountability. Accountability creates performance. Performance creates growth. Systems thinking, building a machine that works without you. Your business must eventually operate like a well-designed engine, each part functioning in rhythm with the others. Systems thinking means you design the flow of work. You predict outcomes. You eliminate friction. You create stability. You reduce dependency on individuals. When the system is strong, people can change without disrupting the business. When the system is weak, even losing one staff member can collapse everything. Systems protect the business from chaos. The smooth-running business, from chaos to coordination. When these elements, processes, people, tools, communication, and performance come together, something magical happens. Work becomes predictable. Customers receive consistent experience. Mistakes become rare. Team members work without confusion. The CEO becomes a strategist, not a firefighter. The business grows without stress. This is what separates enterprises from hustles. This is what creates stability, maturity, and long-term success. Closing thought. A business that runs smoothly is not built by chance. It is built by design, intentional design. When your operational framework is strong, your business becomes a machine. Efficient, predictable, scalable, reliable, stress-free. This is the heartbeat of sustainable success. Chapter 5. Financial Intelligence, Numbers that Runs the Business. If marketing is the engine of a business, finance is the bloodstream. It is the flow that determines health, survival, and scalability. Many businesses die not because they lack customers or good products, but because the owner lacks financial intelligence. Money does not respond to passion. It responds to structure, discipline, and strategic management. In this chapter, you will learn the financial principles that transform a small, surviving business into a stable, profitable, scalable enterprise. Because in real business, it is not how much you make that matters, but how much you keep, control, multiply, and can predict. Why financial intelligence is non-negotiable. A business owner does not need to be an accountant, but must understand numbers enough to make smart decisions. Without financial intelligence, you make emotional decisions instead of data-driven decisions. You mistake revenue for profit. You either overspend or underinvest. You run out of cash even when business looks busy. You cannot scale because you don't understand financial risk. You get trapped in debt, confusion, and blind hope. CEOs who master their numbers have clarity, confidence, and control, the three forces that lead to sustainable business success. The three money pillars every business must master. Every business operates on three major money pillars. If one is weak, the business becomes financially unstable. Pillar 1. Revenue, money in. This is how the business earns money. It includes product sales, services, subscriptions, licensing, retainers, commissions, partnerships. A financially intelligent CEO always monitors monthly revenue, revenue growth rate, customer lifetime value (CLV), revenue stability. Not all revenue is good revenue. Some revenue drains time, increases cost, and reduces the overall profitability of the business. Pillar 2. Expenses, money out. This is where money leaves the business. There are two categories. Fixed cost, rent, salaries, software subscriptions, insurance, etc. Variable cost, materials, marketing spend, commissions, logistics, etc. A business dies when expenses grow faster than revenue, especially if they grow silently. Pillar 3. Profit, money left. This is the money the business keeps after all expenses. A financially weak CEO asks, "How much are we selling today?" A financially intelligent CEO asks, "How much profit are we keeping today?" Revenue feeds ego. Profit feeds business growth. Cash flow, the silent killer of businesses. Cash flow is the movement of money in and out of your business. A business can be profitable on paper, yet broke in reality. This happens when customers owe you money. You owe suppliers. Money is tied up in unsold inventory. Bills come before payments. You depend on inconsistent cash cycles. Cash flow, not profit, determines survival. A financially intelligent CEO checks daily cash balance, cash inflow versus outflow, cash runway, how many months you can survive without new revenue, seasonal cash pattern. Cash flow is the oxygen of your company. Without it, even a great business suffocates. Budgeting and financial discipline. A budget is not a restriction. It is a map. A CEO without a budget is like a driver on the highway without a steering wheel. The business will drift into unnecessary expenses, emotional spending, and poor allocation. Great CEOs create monthly budgets, quarterly spending plans, yearly financial goals, and they enforce discipline across the company. To master financial control, you must track every expense, approve spending before it happens, avoid impulse purchases, stick to priorities, not feelings, train your team on cost consciousness. Financial discipline is the culture of profitable companies. The 4 types of costs every CEO must understand. You must know which type of cost is suffocating your business. 1. Essential costs. Costs that directly help you run the business. These must stay. 2. Growth costs. Investment in marketing, systems, and development that multiplies future revenue. These must increase. 3. Leakage costs. Unnecessary expenses created by poor management. These must vanish. 4. Luxury costs. Spending for ego, like fancy offices or unnecessary upgrades. These must be controlled or delayed. Your financial growth begins when you identify and destroy leakage and luxury costs. Pricing intelligence. Charge what your business deserves. Many businesses fail because they underprice their products out of fear or ignorance. Proper pricing must consider cost of production, market demand, perceived value, brand positioning, competitors, profit margin, scalability. A smart CEO prices for profit, not for emotional comfort. If your price cannot sustain growth, then you are not in business, you are in struggle. Profit margin, the real indicator of health. 2 companies can make the same revenue, but one is dying while the other is thriving because of margin differences. A healthy business monitors gross profit margin, net profit margin, operating margin. Small margins create big stress. Big margins create business freedom. A CEO's goal is to increase margins through efficient operations, better pricing, reducing waste, negotiating with suppliers, using technology, improving customer lifetime value. You don't grow a business by increasing revenue alone. You grow it by increasing margins. Financial forecasting, seeing tomorrow's numbers today. Financial forecasting is predicting future revenue, expenses, and cash flow. It is the CEO's superpower. A business without forecasting cannot scale, panics during slow seasons, overhires or underhires, cannot invest, operates blindly. Forecasting protects you from financial surprises. A forecast is not guesswork, it is based on historical data, market trends, seasonal patterns, customer behavior, expansion plans. A CEO who sees ahead survives ahead. The power of financial reports. Every month, a CEO must review profit and loss (P&L) statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, accounts receivable and payable, inventory report, budget versus actual performance. Numbers tell stories. Numbers reveal weaknesses. Numbers expose waste. Numbers show opportunities. CEOs succeed because they make financial decisions based on data, not emotions. Building a financially strong business. A financially strong business is profitable, cash flow stable, low in debt, high in assets, well-priced, system-driven, structured for growth. To build such a business, pay yourself a salary. Keep separate business and personal accounts. Build emergency reserves. Reinvest intelligently. Automate record keeping. Hire or consult a financial expert as you grow. A business that is financially strong becomes attractive to investors, banks, and high-value partners. Closing thought. Every successful CEO understands one truth. You don't run a business with emotions. You run it with numbers. When you master your business numbers, you make better decisions. You scale with confidence. You avoid crises. You build wealth. You create a predictable future. Financial intelligence is the difference between growth and stagnation, expansion and confusion, a business that lives and a business that dies. The moment you start thinking in numbers, your business becomes unstoppable. Chapter 6. Team Architecture, Building a Workforce that Executes. A business is only as strong as the people who run it. You can have the right strategy, the right product, the right pricing, and the right market position. But without the right team, everything collapses into chaos, burnout, and stagnation. The true power of a CEO is not found in how much they do, but in how well they build people who do the work excellently without being pushed or supervised aggressively. This chapter focuses on how to architect a high-performance team, one that thinks, executes, solves problems, innovates, and drives growth even when you are not in the room. Why a strong team is a business growth multiplier. Business growth plateaus for one major reason. The founder becomes the bottleneck. When you do everything yourself, decisions slow down. Innovation stagnates. Customer experience suffers. Quality becomes inconsistent. Burnout becomes inevitable. A powerful team multiplies speed, efficiency, creativity, capacity, output, customer satisfaction, business success. With the right team, you achieve in 1 year what would take 10 years alone. Business expansion is impossible without people. Business sustainability is impossible without the right people. The CEO's job is not to work, but to build the people who work. The moment you decide to run a real business, not a hustle, you must shift your identity. From doer to builder. From worker to leader. From task executor to systems architect. From supervisor to talent developer. Your company is not a collection of tasks. It is a collection of people who execute tasks with excellence. Great CEOs focus on developing leaders, empowering top performers, designing systems that guide teams, creating clarity of roles, setting expectations, monitoring performance, sustaining culture. This is how the business becomes a machine, smooth, predictable, and efficient. The 4 levels of team structure. Every great business is built on 4 essential layers of people. Level 1, the visionary, you, the CEO. You set direction, culture, priority, and standards. Level 2, leadership team, managers and department heads. They translate the vision into departmental execution. Level 3, skilled operators, core workforce. They perform the daily functions that keep the business alive. Level 4, support staff, assistants, admins, interns, outsourced roles. They handle routine tasks, so the business runs without interruption. If any level is missing, the business becomes unstable. Hearing smart, putting the right people in the right seats. Your business will only grow as far as the quality of people you hire. Most CEOs hire based on desperation, low budget, friendship, familiarity, sympathy. This is dangerous. Smart CEOs hire based on skill, character, attitude, responsibility, culture fit, growth potential. Key hiring rule. Hire slow for fit, fire fast for misalignment. You cannot build a world-class company with mediocre talent. Role clarity. Everyone must know their mission. The greatest source of team conflict, confusion, and poor execution is lack of clarity. People cannot perform what they do not clearly understand. Every team member must know their specific responsibilities, their expected outcomes, their success metrics, who they report to, what decisions they can make, what they must never do without approval. A team without clarity becomes disorganized. A team with clarity becomes unstoppable. Systems over supervision create structures that guide behavior. High-performance teams don't need micromanagement, they need systems. Systems include standard operating procedures, SOPs, checklists, clear workflows, automated processes, templates, training manuals, performance dashboards. Systems reduce errors, delay, miscommunication, dependency on the CEO. When systems run the business, people only run the systems. This creates efficiency and stability. Accountability structures that ensure execution. A team without accountability will drift into excuses and mediocrity. A team with accountability becomes disciplined and execution-driven. Set up weekly KPI reviews, daily check-ins, task boards, Trello, Asana, ClickUp, Notion, department-level scorecards, monthly performance evaluations, reward performance, correct misalignment, remove chronic non-performers. A CEO must be firm, fair, and consistent. Culture, the invisible force that drives behavior. Your business culture is not what you write on the wall. It is what your team consistently does, even when no one is watching. Culture determines work ethic, discipline, customer service quality, initiative, decision-making style, speed of execution. To create a winning culture, establish core values such as excellence, speed, integrity, responsibility, ownership mindset, innovation, teamwork, customer obsession. Then enforce them. Culture only becomes real when you reward alignment and punish violations. Training and development, growing people who grow the business. You cannot demand world-class execution from untrained people. High-performance companies invest heavily in onboarding training, skill development, workshops, online courses, leadership training, industry research, coaching and mentorship. The more your team grows, the more your business grows. A CEO must always ask, who on my team needs to grow next, and how can I support that growth? Building leaders, not followers. A company that depends on the CEO for every decision is not a business, it is a trap. Empower your team to think independently, solve problems, make decisions, lead projects, innovate, take responsibility. Delegation is not giving tasks. Delegation is giving authority. Your goal is to become unnecessary in daily operations. That is what allows the company to scale. When you build leaders, your business becomes a machine capable of expansion. Handling poor performance. Poor performance is like cancer in an organization. It spreads. You handle it by confronting issues early, giving clear feedback, setting improvement targets, offering support and training, enforcing consequences. And if improvement does not happen, remove them for the sake of the business and the rest of the team. Protect your culture at all costs. Loyalty, trust, and team longevity. A team that stays with you for years is more powerful than a team that constantly changes. To build loyalty, treat people with fairness, celebrate their wins, provide growth opportunities, pay competitively. Communicate transparently. Recognize effort. Build a workplace they enjoy. People stay where they feel valued, respected, and empowered. Closing thought. Your systems, ideas, and strategies will fail without a strong team to execute them. But when you build smart hearing structures, clear roles, powerful systems, high accountability, a winning culture, continuous training, leadership at every level, your business becomes a kingdom, stable, scalable, and unstoppable. A great CEO doesn't build a business. A great CEO builds the people who build the business. Chapter 7. Customer Experience and Retention, Turning Buyers into Loyal Fans. Every business has customers, but not every business has fans. The difference is massive. Customers buy from you occasionally. Fans buy repeatedly, recommend you, defend your brand, and become your unpaid marketers. In today's competitive environment, the businesses that win are not the ones with the biggest marketing budget. They are the ones with the strongest customer experience and retention strategy. Because the truth is simple. Acquiring a new customer costs more, much more, than keeping an existing one. A loyal customer is more valuable than 10 new leads. A retained customer spends more, stays longer, and promotes your business without you paying a dime. This chapter shows how to turn everyday buyers into raving, loyal fans who fuel your business growth for years. Customer experience is not a department, it is the business. Customer experience, CX, is not what happens at the front desk or the customer service line. It is every touchpoint between your business and the customer, including the first time they hear about you, the way your website or social media feels, how easy it is to buy from you, how you respond to questions, the quality of your delivery, how your product or service performs, the after-sales support, the emotional impression they get from your brand. CX is the total perception of your business in their mind. If the experience is delightful, they come back. If the experience is painful, they never return, even if your product is great. The psychology of customer loyalty. Customers stay loyal for 3 reasons. 1. They feel valued. People stay where they feel acknowledged. 2. They trust you. If you keep your promises, handle issues promptly, and deliver consistently, trust grows. 3. The experience makes their life easier. Speed, convenience, and reliability keep customers hooked. Loyalty is emotional, not logical. The 3 levels of customer experience. Every business's customer experience falls into one of 3 levels. Level 1, functional experience. You delivered what I paid for. The basics, product, service works. Level 2, exceptional experience. You made it easy and pleasant. Speed, friendliness, reliability, and simplicity. Level 3, memorable experience. You made me feel special. Personalization, surprises, proactive care, emotional connection. Businesses at level 1 survive. Businesses at level 2 grow. Businesses at level 3 dominate. Map the customer journey, fix the pain points. A great customer experience is intentional, not accidental. Map out the entire journey from awareness to post-purchase. 1. How they discover you. 2. How they contact you. 3. How they buy. 4. How they receive the product or service. 5. How they are followed up. 6. What happens if they have a problem. 7. What happens after they buy again. Then identify and fix pain points like slow response time, complex buying process, unclear pricing, poor packaging, delayed delivery, rude staff, lack of updates, poor handling of complaints. Every friction point removed increases loyalty. The golden rule: over-deliver where it matters. You don't need to overdeliver everywhere, only where it matters most. Customers care deeply about speed, clarity, honesty, reliability, ease, respect, responsiveness. When you deliver slightly more than expected in these areas, customer loyalty skyrockets. A simple 2-minute follow-up message can create more loyalty than a 20-page marketing strategy. Speed, the new currency of business. Customers have zero tolerance for delay. Today, fast beats big. Fast beats cheap. Fast beats perfect. Your response time is part of your customer experience. Your delivery speed is part of your brand. A slow business automatically loses customers, even if everything else is good. Personalization. Make your customers feel seen. People love to be recognized and remembered. Use personalization to make customers feel special. Address them by name. Remember past purchases. Recommend products they'll like. Send birthday or anniversary messages. Create VIP categories. Give loyalty perks. Small personal touches create deep emotional loyalty. Communication. Keep them informed at every step. Customers fear one thing more than anything else: being ignored. Silence destroys loyalty. Communicate at order confirmation, processing state, shipping or progress update, completion, follow-up, satisfaction check. Proactive communication builds trust faster than any marketing strategy. Handling complaints like a pro. A complaint is not an attack, it is an opportunity. Most businesses lose customers not because of the issue, but because of the way the issue was handled. A powerful complaint handling formula. 1. Acknowledge quickly. 2. Apologize sincerely. 3. Take responsibility, even if the customer is wrong. 4. Provide a solution. 5. Follow up afterward. A customer you resolve a problem for often becomes more loyal than one who never had a problem. Creating a retention system. Make loyalty automatic. Retention should not depend on memory, it must be systemized. Build systems like automated email or SMS follow-ups, loyalty programs, feedback loops, surprise reward moments, subscription models, scheduled check-ins, referral incentives, reactivation campaigns. A system-driven retention plan ensures customers stay instead of drifting away. Customer lifetime value, CLV, the metric that changes everything. The richest businesses focus on lifetime value, not one-time transactions. CLV measures how much a customer spends over the entire relationship. When you increase frequency of purchase, average order value, length of relationship, your business grows exponentially without spending more on ads. Retention is the secret lever of scalable business growth. Turn customers into brand evangelists. When customers love your experience, they naturally promote you. Encourage them to share reviews, post testimonials, tag you on social media, refer friends, join your community, participate in challenges or events. Make sharing easy, fun, and rewarding. Your happiest customers are your most powerful marketing engine. Closing thought: buyers pay your bills, fans build your empire. Customer experience and retention are not optional. They are the foundation of a profitable, stable, long-lasting business. When you make customers feel valued, deliver consistent excellence, communicate clearly, respond quickly, personalize interactions, resolve complaints gracefully, build retention systems, turn buyers into evangelists, your business becomes unstoppable. Marketing gets easier. Revenue becomes stable. Growth becomes predictable. Your brand becomes unforgettable. Chapter 8. Marketing Strategy, Demand Creation and Market Penetration. Marketing is the lifeblood of a business. It is the oxygen that keeps the enterprise alive. Without marketing, even the best product remains invisible, undervalued, and undiscovered. In a noisy world where customers are assaulted with thousands of messages every day, only businesses that master the art and science of demand creation will rise above the clutter and dominate their market. Marketing is not just advertising. It is not posting on social media. It is not running promotions. Marketing is the strategic process of intentionally shaping perception, stimulating desire, and engineering the consistent flow of demand for your business. In this chapter, we examine the practical mechanics of creating a marketing engine that generates demand on autopilot, positions your brand for dominance, and fuels long-term market penetration. The purpose of marketing, not awareness but demand. Many businesses confuse awareness with demand. Awareness means people know you exist. Demand means people are actively pursuing your product or service. Awareness is passive. Demand is active. Marketing should not just inform, it should move people. Your marketing is successful when people feel drawn to your brand. They trust your expertise without meeting you. They perceive you as the obvious solution. They take action, inquire, book, buy, subscribe, or engage. They see alternatives as inferior or irrelevant. Demand creation means you design marketing that pulls customers in rather than chasing them. The 3 pillars of strategic marketing. For marketing to be powerful, it must stand on 3 foundational pillars. Pillar 1, clear positioning, what you want to be known for. Positioning is not what you say. It is what the market remembers. If your brand is not associated with one powerful idea, you will drown in the sea of sameness. Your positioning must answer 3 questions. 1. Who do you serve? 2. What problem do you solve? 3. Why should they choose you? Great businesses dominate their niche because they intentionally design their positioning. Weak businesses try to serve everyone and end up serving no one. Pillar 2, compelling messaging, the story that sells without selling. People don't buy products. People buy stories, identity, meaning, and solutions. A compelling marketing message must speak to a specific pain, offer a clear transformation, demonstrate credibility, trigger desire, communicate value emotionally and logically. Your marketing message should feel like the customer's thoughts spoken aloud. If they don't recognize themselves in your message, they will scroll past. Pillar 3, a consistent distribution system, how you reach customers repeatedly. Marketing dies when it depends on randomness. A business grows when marketing becomes a system. Your system must specify where your audience gathers, channels, how often you reach them, frequency, the type of content you deliver, education, persuasion, social proof, the conversion path, from attention to interest to action to purchase to loyalty. Marketing without distribution is like having fuel without a car. Nothing moves. The formula for demand creation. To create consistent demand, you must understand the psychological formula. Demand equals awareness times desire times trust, friction. Let's break it down. Awareness, they must know you exist. Desire, they must want what you're offering. Trust, they must believe you can deliver. Friction, anything that delays or discourages action. To increase demand. Increase awareness through visibility. Increase desire through storytelling. Increase trust through credibility. Reduce friction by simplifying the buying process. This formula allows you to engineer predictable demand rather than hopping customers will come. The demand engine, a system that pulls customers in. Every high-performing business has a demand engine that consists of 1. Traffic getting attention. 2. Engagement building interest. 3. Nurture deepening trust. 4. Conversion turning interest into sales. 5. Retention turning customers into repeat buyers. If any part of this engine is missing, the business underperforms. Let's break them down. 1. Traffic, the art of attention acquisition. Traffic is the top of your marketing funnel. There are 4 major sources: organic content, SEO, social media; paid ads, sponsored content; referral, word-of-mouth, partnerships; outbound direct outreach, cold emails. The key to effective traffic is targeting. You don't need millions of views, you need the right eyes. 2. Engagement, keeping attention long enough to build desire. Engagement is the bridge between visibility and trust. People engage with content that educates, entertains, solves problems, reveals insights, speaks to their identity, reflects their aspirations. Your engagement goal is simple. Show competence consistently until they see you as the authority. 3. Nurture, the psychology of trust building. People rarely buy the first time they see your brand. Nurture ensures you stay top of mind. Nurture tools include email sequences, WhatsApp, Telegram broadcasts, educational videos, weekly newsletters, live sessions, webinars, case studies and testimonials. Nurture turns strangers into warm prospects and warm prospects into qualified buyers. 4. Conversion, turning interest into action. Conversion is the moment marketing becomes money. Conversion happens when the offer is irresistible. The customer sees value that outweighs cost. The buying process is simple. The objections are addressed. The buyer feels emotionally confident. Conversion is not pressure, it is clarity. 5. Retention, the cheapest and most profitable part of marketing. Retention is where the real profit lies. A returning customer buys faster, negotiates less, refers more people, costs almost nothing to acquire. Most businesses spend 90% of their effort on acquiring new customers, while ignoring the gold mine sitting in their existing customer base. Market penetration strategy, how to increase market share. Growing a business is not about competing. It is about increasing share of mind and share of wallet. Here are the core strategies. Strategy 1. The niche domination approach. Choose a small segment of the market and become the most visible, the most trusted, the most recommended. Then expand outward. Dominate before expanding. Strategy 2. The value leadership model. Win by offering superior value, not lower price. Value leadership is built through better customer experience, faster delivery, higher reliability, greater expertise, stronger brand trust. Value wins where price loses. Strategy 3. The multi-channel visibility strategy. Be present where your customers are. Social media platforms, search engines, local directories, industry events, online communities, traditional media. Visibility creates inevitability. Strategy 4. The partnership and collaboration strategy. Partner with brands that serve the same audience, are not competitors, have established trust. Partnerships multiply reach without increasing cost. Strategy 5. The offer stack strategy. Give customers multiple entry points. Low-ticket introductory products, mid-tier core offers, high-ticket premium solutions. A wider offer spectrum increases penetration, without diluting brand value. The ultimate marketing question. Every business must answer this question. Why should someone choose your product over every other alternative available to them? If your marketing cannot answer this instantly and convincingly, the business will always struggle. Marketing is not about being loud. It is about being clear, consistent, and compelling. Closing thought. To build a business that grows consistently. Position clearly. Message powerfully. Distribute consistently. Create desire strategically. Build trust repeatedly. Convert effectively. Retain customers intentionally. Demand is not an accident. It is an engineered outcome. The businesses that dominate industries are not those with the best products, but those with the best marketing system. Chapter 9. Scaling with Intelligence: When to Grow, How to Grow. Every business owner dreams of growth. More revenue, bigger market share, greater influence, more profit, but growth is a double-edged sword. Without strategy, scaling can destroy a business. Chaos, inefficiency, burnout, and financial strain are common outcomes when businesses try to grow too fast, too soon, or without structure. Scaling intelligently is about knowing when to grow, how to grow, and ensuring the business can handle it. In this chapter, you will learn the principles, metrics, and strategies that allow your business to expand safely, profitably, and sustainably. The CEO's golden rule: don't scale what you can't sustain. Scaling is tempting. Revenue is rising, customers are calling, the market is hot. But here's the harsh truth. A business only scales successfully when its foundation is solid. If your processes are inconsistent, your team is weak, your finances are unstable, or your marketing is unpredictable, growth will break the business. Before scaling, ask yourself, can operations handle twice the customers? Can my team deliver without me micromanaging? Do I have cash reserves for expansion? Are systems strong enough to replicate success? If the answer is no, focus on strengthening the foundation first. Growth without preparation is destruction in disguise. Signs your business is ready to scale. Not every thriving business is ready for expansion. The following signals indicate readiness. 1. Consistent profitability: revenue is stable, margins are predictable, and cash flow is positive. 2. Operational efficiency: processes are documented, repeatable, and deliver consistent results. 3. Strong team: you have skilled leaders and operators who can execute without your constant oversight. 4. Market demand: customers are actively seeking your solution, and your marketing generates predictable leads. 5. Systemized customer experience: every customer receives consistent, excellent service. If these criteria are met, scaling is no longer a gamble, it's a strategic move. The 3 pillars of intelligent scaling. Successful scaling depends on 3 pillars. Pillar 1. Financial capacity. Scaling requires money, not just to hire or buy equipment, but to absorb risks like delayed revenue, market fluctuations, or unexpected costs. Financial capacity includes healthy cash flow, emergency reserves, budget for growth initiatives, forecasted ROI on expansion investments. Never scale with thin margins. It's a recipe for collapse. Pillar 2. Process and system strength. Growth multiplies everything, including inefficiency. Before scaling, ensure operations are standardized. Technology supports expansion. Teams can replicate success. Quality control mechanisms are in place. If the systems can't handle 2 times customers, they can't handle 10 times. System strength determines scalability. Pillar 3. Team leadership depth. Scaling stretches leadership. The CEO cannot personally oversee every operation. Your team must Lead departments independently. Solve problems proactively. Maintain culture and standards. Drive performance without constant supervision. Without leadership depth, growth becomes chaos. The scaling strategy matrix. There are 4 primary ways to scale a business, depending on your resources and goals. 1. Market penetration. Sell more to your existing market. Increase sales per customer, upselling, cross-selling. Increase frequency of purchases. Cost-effective, low-risk growth. 2. Market expansion. Enter new geographic markets. Target new demographics. Expand product or service categories. 3. Product-service diversification. Launch complementary offerings. Add high-value premium products. Introduce subscription or recurring services. 4. Strategic partnerships and acquisitions. Collaborate with other businesses to expand reach. Merge with or acquire competitors. Leverage established distribution channels. Intelligent scaling often combines 2 or more of these strategies, while ensuring resources and systems are aligned. The role of technology in scaling. Technology is the multiplier for intelligent growth. Automate repetitive tasks. Track performance in real time. Enable remote team collaboration. Improve customer experience. Facilitate data-driven decision-making. Scaling without leveraging technology is slow, costly, and prone to human error. Metrics that signal growth opportunities. Scaling is data-driven before committing to growth. Track revenue per customer and total revenue trends. Analyze customer acquisition cost versus lifetime value. Monitor employee productivity and operational capacity. Evaluate market saturation and competitor activity. Forecast cash flow for the next 6-12 months. If numbers support expansion, growth becomes a calculated investment, not a risk. Avoiding common scaling mistakes. Many businesses fail during growth due to predictable errors. 1. Scaling too fast, expanding before infrastructure is ready. 2. Ignoring core customers, neglecting existing clients in pursuit of new ones. 3. Overextending financially, investing more than the business can sustain. 4. Neglecting culture, allowing growth to dilute values and employee accountability. 5. Underestimating competition, entering new markets unprepared. Scaling is strategic, not reactive. The phased approach to scaling. Intelligent scaling is incremental. 1. Stabilize. Ensure operations, finance, and teams are strong. 2. Pilot. Test new markets, products, or processes on a small scale. 3. Optimize. Refine systems, training, and marketing based on results. 4. Expand. Roll out fully once the pilot proves successful. 5. Scale sustainably. Continue monitoring performance and adjusting. Growth without phases is like building a skyscraper on sand. Leadership mindset for scaling. Scaling tests the CEO's mindset. To succeed, leaders must delegate authority confidently. Let go of control without losing oversight. Think strategically rather than operationally. Accept risk, but manage it intelligently. Focus on vision while trusting execution. Maintain culture and values despite rapid change. Scaling is as much psychological as operational. Scaling with intelligence, the CEO's checklist. Before expanding, confirm. 1. Systems can handle double the workload. 2. Team can perform without constant supervision. 3. Cash flow and funding are sufficient. 4. Customer experience will remain excellent. 5. Marketing can consistently generate leads. 6. Data supports the opportunity. 7. Risk mitigation strategies are in place. If all are checked, scale with confidence. If any are missing, fix the gaps before growth. Closing thought. Scaling is not about more. It is about more with control, profitability, and sustainability. Intelligent scaling turns a business from a surviving enterprise into a thriving, dominant market player. It multiplies revenue, influence, and impact without destroying what you built.